Cypress Hill, and we say goodnight just like this.
Cypress Hill right here on Dubcnn.
Rise up.
Can you buy that?
First of all, introduce yourself.
Check it out, man. Julio G, Westside Radio, Cypress Hill, Rise Up Tour, out in Europe doing it big. What's up, Dubcnn?
So we got here
Eric Bobo, Cypress Hill, Audio Hustlers, in effect right here in Switzerland, Dubcnn.
What's up? Be Real, Cypress Hill, Soul Assassins, Audio Hustlers. We represent worldwide. Be Real TV, you see it. It's right there. We're just rising up, Mike.
Okay, we here at the Touch the Lake Festival in Switzerland right now. And one thing that Cypress Hill is known for is, you know, the live shows that y'all been doing. Y'all been on the road for like 20 years now. Oh shit, who we got right there at the window?
Who's you?
Who we got? Who we got?
What y'all niggas doing? Y'all got any weed?
Who's serving?
What y'all smoking on?
Oh my god, crazy shit, yeah. Okay, well shit, that threw me off, but
That's part of the live show right there.
Yeah,
To
exactly.
be honest with you, it's like we have so much fun off the show. Just from the airport to when we get back to the airport and leave, the whole time is just cracking jokes and laughing, and even when shit's fucked up, we make a joke out of it, and you know, I think that just goes with the whole thing. You know what I'm saying? It's like we have a lot of fun in what we do. We've always talked about this. Since we was young kids, we always been very like, you know, competitive and want to be the best at what we do and battle people and just shine like that. That's since we was little kids, man. We didn't even know what we were trying to do at that time, but that's just been how we do. And it's fun to be 20 years later and shit. And you know, for me to be able to play with Cypress Hill and do it like we used to do it back in the backyard parties when it was like 50 people and 100 people in somebody's backyard. It's amazing for all these people in Europe, you know what I mean? And we do that real hip hop. That's just what it is. I mean, you know what I mean? We're old school if you want to say that, but we believe in real hip hop, and that's what we try to bring to the fans to let them understand and see. This is what real hip hop shit is. You know what I mean?
okay, sure. So, what would you say separates a Cypress Hill show from the regular hip hop show that you see?
I mean, you know, we come from the time where people had like deep live shows, you know. Muggs and myself, we used to go watch Leaders of the New School and Public Enemy and people that had like really hyper, you know, crazy ass live shows, you know, and then we used to go watch Digital Underground. So right then and there, you know, we knew that we had to have a live stage show, and the best ones were always the ones that motherfuckers were going 100%. No matter how tired they were after, they always just went 100%. Like the Beastie Boys, they were like a big influence because they used to go fucking crazy on their live shit. So we said we gotta be as hype as all of them, and you know, that's pretty much where we got it from. And then we've always been the type that from when we were kids, like Julio said, we were always focused on, you know, making whatever show we were doing, whether it was a backyard party or a hall or some bullshit like that before we, you know, got into it seriously. We always wanted to put on a show and entertain motherfuckers. So we always went all out on it. And I think that's what you got to do with the live show. You got to, you know, if you got a great album and a shitty live show, people ain't gonna come see you. They could just put on the album and, oh, that shit's cool. I ain't going to see them live because they just walk around or it doesn't sound like they sound on the record. It takes a minute to get all that shit and grasp it and then harness it, you know what I mean? And we did all that early on, so now it just carries over to every show we do. We never not give it 100%. And a lot of new cats they don't have that mentality because they didn't come from that school. They didn't go do that grind, and it's been made a lot easier for them to just go get a deal and go do shows, but they can't really hold the crowd. There's some that can, but not all of them, you know what I mean? And that's why you see the resurgence of a lot of older groups coming back in their live show. They don't even put out albums. They're just coming back because they know their show is so dope that people will come see them with or without a record. I mean, shit, we've been out of the game 6 years before this album, and on the low, we've been doing massive shows, packing them in without a new album. You know, this is just the beginning of the new album, but it's because it's based off of what people know about the live show we do, and you know, that's a testament to the work we put into it, man. You know, we always try to keep people coming back. If you bore them, they ain't coming back. If you fucking kick them in the ass, then turn them around, kick them in the balls, they're gonna come back every time because they like it. That's the way it is.
Bobo, is there any competition between like drummers on the shows? Like, let's say we watch Questa or we watch Travis Barker or something like that.
Well, you know, I mean, I'm a fan of both of those guys, and the fact of being able to be up on the stage and, you know, see them rock is great, you know, but it kind of inspires me too. It's almost like a friendly, I wouldn't say competition, but if you're gonna say that, you would say friendly competition, because I like to see them rock, but that inspires me to go ahead and do my thing and add my flavor to everything. So just being able to share the stage with some of these guys and just be able to watch them do their thing is like really the most inspiring thing. So when it comes to that, you know, it's not like I feel like I gotta one up anybody, because I do what I do, and, you know, that's it, and that's what I'm gonna give, and that's how I think that, you know, it should be looked at. But other than that, you know, I admire what they do. So, you know, we're all in the same boat, we're all doing the same thing, so it's all good.
Do you have any personal, like, favorite memories when you think about a live show or a specific setting?
There's a couple for me. There's the Woodstock show that we did in '94, right? That was crazy. It was close to 500,000 people. We had never seen a crowd that big before. You can check it out on YouTube. It's all over that motherfucker. I had just shaved my head. I had the long hair and I just shaved my head. I dove in the crowd. It was crazy. Damn near stripped me and shit. That's one of them. The other one, we were in Australia on tour with Ice Cube, and on one of the last shows, we decided that we were gonna trash our set. We had been trashing our set in America after every tour, but this night we were gonna trash our set and light it on fire. And the news cameras happened to be there and saw it, and it was the greatest thing ever. Nobody had ever seen no hip-hop shit like that. I mean, let me rephrase. Nobody had ever seen anybody in hip-hop do some shit like that. You had only seen groups like The Who and Jimi Hendrix back in those days do that shit. We brought that element to hip-hop, and that's why it sticks out to me so well, because it freaked people out. And that's the best shit about it, man. At least that's mine. They could tell you something different. I don't know.
Hey, Vera, let me ask you, how hard was it to replace DJ Muggs, like at the live shows, to replace him with this one?
Well, you know, there's been times, like even before this one, when Muggs couldn't come on the road. You know, he was pretty much producing a bunch of stuff, and we'd have to call DJs like Tony Touch, Fred Wreck, and Julio G. Actually, Julio G was the first guy that ever stepped in for Muggs when he couldn't go on a tour. So, you know, when Julio went back to radio, we had to go with Fred Wreck, and then we went with Tony Touch a couple times. But, you know, when we got Julio G back, it was like, okay, this is, you know, this is what we gotta have, because he knows the history of Cypress Hill. He introduced us to Muggs. You know what I mean? He's pretty much the reason Cypress Hill exists and stuff like that, you know? And he comes from our same neighborhood. We grew up together, so it only made perfect sense to have him back. And not only that, he's one of the best fucking DJs on the turntables, period. So if you can't have DJ Muggs there with you, who is a bad motherfucker on the turntables. If you haven't seen his show with Mixmaster Mike, you gotta go see that shit. Or you can check him out on Be Real TV every Thursday night, 10 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. My man, shameless plug, you can see my man killing the turntables every night on Be Real TV, in case you don't know. But if you can't have DJ Muggs, you gotta have Julio G. You know what I mean? This is one of the godfathers of West Coast DJing right there, man.
Yeah, how does it feel to? I mean, that's Be Real. You know, that's Be Real. How does it feel to?
You know, I'll tell you,
Don't get Jack in the box,
I was 13, man.
Don't get Jack in the box, man.
Don't get Jack in the box on me.
Come on.
I'll tell you this, look.
Come on, man.
I'll tell you this. For me, it's an honor to be able to do it. But honestly, it's Muggs's group, and for him to be able to be cool with me doing it is because we have history since the beginning. I met Muggs when he was in the parking lot, and he wanted to learn how to DJ, and I traded him picking me up at my house, and I go to his house and I show him some moves so he could get better, and so I could practice on his turntables. That's kind of how that went down, and then I started bringing him to Cypress and introduced him to them. You know what I mean? So we go way, way back. A lot of people don't know that story about us. Me and him met first. You know what I mean? And then so, he's cool with me doing it, and I know he trusts me that I'm gonna do what needs to be done to represent Cypress Hill, because Cypress Hill is always gonna be Real, Sendog, Bobo, and Muggs. You know what I mean? I just get to fill in when Muggs, is not doing it right now. Once he's doing his own thing, he's producing, doing his thing. Cool. But Muggs can come back tomorrow and do it too, and he'll kill it too. You know what I mean? Because we all come from that school, and that's just what it's about. We have a real, it's a family thing. You know what I mean? We all have respect for each other for the craft. You know what I mean? Look, I play with Be Real every night. There's nights that it's just so going. It's like I catch myself and I say, damn, I'm playing with Cypress Hill because we're so friends for so long. It's like I catch myself, damn man, I'm actually rocking with fucking Cypress Hill. This shit is rocking, man. These motherfuckers, they do this shit. You know what I mean? That's why I love doing it. A lot of people ask me to tour, but it's just nothing like Cypress Hill. The way they do it, it's just a whole other level. It's that hip hop that I love, man. That's what keeps me. I'm 41 years old, going on 42, so I've been doing this since I was 16. So it still keeps me inspired, and I love that, man. You know what I mean? That's why I love hip hop, and I always try to represent what we all do to keep that alive, because that's what people love, is that energy. You know what I mean?
I think that's a perfect way to end the interview. Is anything else y'all want to let everybody know?
Be Real TV, Westside Radio. Be Real, let me say it like this. BeReal.tv. You can check me out, Julio G, Westside Radio, Wednesday nights, 10 p.m. till about 4 a.m. Log on, it's the craziest fucking shit. Raw West Coast, no commercials, no program directors, no bullshit like that. Raw, real, uncut. That's how it goes down Thursday night. Soul Assassins, DJ Muggs, Mr. Chalk, they get down at 8 p.m. on Thursday nights. And of course, B-Real will tell you the rest.
Yeah, man, he said it, man. Shit, you got the 420 show going on Monday through Friday and all that, man. You can just check us out, man. Check out the full lineup, BeReal.tv. We're going to be on tour, so they're going to be handling it while we're out on tour. But we might chime in from time to time, But, thanks for all the love. Whoever loves us, whoever don't, you can eat a dick. Yeah.
Bobo, you got the closing words.
This props out to Dubcnn coming out here, keeping supporting Cypress Hill, Julio G, Be Real.
Sendog, my man Sendog too. Shit,
and myself, and we're gonna keep on doing this. Cypress Hill for life. You know what I'm saying?